Quick question. Where are your shoulders right now? Are they up to your ears? Is your jaw clenched? Are you holding your breath a little bit? Yeah, that's what I thought. Here's the thing. Most of us are walking around carrying tension in our bodies that we don't even realize is there anymore. It's become so normal that we've forgotten what a relaxed state feels like. Today, we're going to talk about where stress lives in your body, why it sets up camp there, and what you can do about it, especially when you're stuck at your desk or in the middle of a workday and can't exactly roll out a yoga mat. So, let's start with what's happening when you're stressed, whether it's from a deadline, a difficult conversation, or just too many things on your plate. Your body responds physically. This is basic survival wiring. Your brain sends out stress signals and your body tenses up. Why? Because tension was supposed to prepare you to fight or run. Your muscles contract, ready for actions. Your shoulders rise to protect your neck. Your jaw clenches. Your breathing gets shallow. Now, here's the problem. In modern life, you don't get to fight or run. You just sit there in your meeting or at your computer or in traffic. The stress happens, your body tenses up, but you never actually discharge that tension. So it just stays there. Day after day, month after month, your body is holding on to stress like a filing cabinet that never gets cleaned out or the kitchen junk drawer. And for women over 40, this gets compounded. Our muscle mass starts declining, our joints might be a little stiffer, and we're dealing with hormonal changes that can increase inflammation. So, tension that used to work itself out more easily, it just sticks around. Now, let's talk about the most common places stress sets up residence in your body: the neck and shoulders. This is stress central for most people. When you're anxious or overwhelmed, your shoulders literally rise toward your ears. This is called the startle reflex. It's an ancient protective mechanism. The problem is, when you're stressed all the time, your shoulders forget how to come back down. Have you ever noticed how your neck feels tight after a long day on the computer? That's not just bad posture, that's stress. Your trapezius muscle, which runs from your neck down to your shoulders, becomes a tension magnet. The jaw, you might not even realize you're doing it, but chances are you clench your jaw throughout the day. And some people do it so much they grind their teeth at night. I used to. This creates a cascade effect. Jaw tension can lead to headaches, neck pain, and even earaches. Physiologically, clenching is part of that fight response. You're literally bracing yourself for impact all day long. Now let's talk about the lower back. The lower back bears the weight of everything. When you're stressed, the muscles around your spine tighten to protect it. Add sitting for hours at a desk, and those muscles get stuck in a contracted state. For women, especially after 40, hormonal changes can affect the ligaments and connective tissue in your back, making it more vulnerable to holding tension. What about the hips? This one surprises most people, but your hips are emotional storage units. When you're anxious or stressed, your hip flexors, those are the muscles that connect your thighs to your torso, they tighten up. And this is the same fight or flight mechanism your body, and it's preparing your body to run. Except you're just sitting at your desk, so those hip flexors stay tight, and that can throw off your whole alignment, create back pain, knee problems, and you name it. Well, let's talk about the chest and breathing. When you're stressed, Your breathing becomes shallow and moves up into your chest instead of down into your belly. This creates tension in your chest muscles and ironically makes you feel more anxious because shallow breathing signals danger to your brain. It's like a vicious cycle. So let's get practical here. It's 2 p.m. Let's say it's 2 p.m. and you're at work and you've been in back to back meetings and you've got about 17 browser tabs open, and then someone sends you an urgent email. Your neck is killing you, your shoulders feel like rocks, and you've been sitting in the same position for 3 hours. Does that sound familiar? Well, here's what's happening in your body. Your muscles have been contracting for hours without release. Blood flow to those areas decreases, waste builds up in the muscle tissue. Your fascia, that connective tissue that wraps around your muscles, it gets sticky and rigid, kind of like shrink wrap that's been left in the sun. And because you're a woman over 40, your body doesn't bounce back from this quite as easily as it used to. Your recovery time is longer. That tension you could shake off in your 20s, it just accumulates. Okay, so what can you actually do about this when you're in the middle of your workday? Well, I'm going to share some quick practical techniques that take less than 2 minutes to do. First, let's talk about the shoulder drop. Right now, scrunch your shoulders up to your ears as tight as you can. Hold for 5 seconds and then drop them completely, just like cutting puppet strings. And then do this 3 times. This works because you're intentionally exaggerating the tension before releasing it. It helps your muscles to remember what not being tense feels like. Second is a jaw release. Place your fingers just below your cheekbones where your jaw hinges. Gently massage in small circles while you let your mouth fall slightly open. And then, and this sounds weird, but trust me, stick your tongue out and down towards your chin. That releases the whole jaw area. Now, you might not want to do this one without people watching or just own it. Either way, it works. They might want to join you too. Let's do a seated spinal twist. Sit up straight in your chair. Put your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Twist to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Hold for 5 to 10 breaths, and then switch sides. This releases your lower back and gets some movement into your spine, which, as you remember, has been locked in one position. The twisting motion also stimulates digestion and helps with that afternoon energy slump. The fourth thing you can do is the hip flexor stretch at your desk. Stand up next to your desk, step one foot back into a small lunge position, and then tuck your pelvis slightly under and feel the stretch in the front of your back hip. Hold for about 30 seconds on each side. Your hips will thank you. And this counteracts all the sitting and releases that fight or flight tension we talked about. Then, number 5 is the chest opener. Clasp your hands behind your back, straighten your arms, and lift them slightly while opening your chest forward. Hold for about 30 seconds while taking deep breaths. This reverses that hunched over computer posture and opens up your breathing. You'll feel like you can breathe deeper. The sixth way is neck rolls, and this is the right way to do neck rolls. Here's the thing, full neck rolls aren't great for your cervical spine. Instead, do half rolls. Drop your right ear toward your right shoulder, slowly roll your chin down toward your chest, then over to the left shoulder, back to center, and then reverse the direction. This releases neck tension without putting strain on the back of your neck. And then number 7, the power of the sigh. This is the easiest one. Take a deep breath in through your nose, Then let it out with an audible sigh like, and then do it 3 times. Sighing actually activates your vagus nerve, which tells your body it's safe to relax. It's a built in reset button that we all have, but rarely use intentionally. So, you want to make this a habit. So, because the reality is, doing these things once won't change your life, but doing them consistently will. Set a reminder on your phone for 3 times during the workday: morning, after lunch, mid afternoon. When the timer goes off, just pick one of these releases and do it. It takes less than 2 minutes. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is interrupting the pattern of accumulation, because that's what tension is. It's accumulated stress that never gets processed. Your body is incredibly smart. It's been trying to tell you when you're holding stress. Those tight shoulders, that's a message. The achy lower back, that's communication. The question is, are you listening? I hope that you're listening to me as well, because this is going to change how you feel at the end of the day. So here's what I want you to remember: physical tension isn't something you have to just live with. It's not an inevitable part of aging or being busy or having responsibilities. It's stored stress that needs to be released, and you have the power to release it. Not someday when you have time, but right now in small moments throughout your day. Your body's been working so hard for you. It's time for you to give it some relief. Well, that's all for now. This is the second episode. We're going to move to the third episode soon. I'm Marcelin Bailey. As always, take good care.